It is a great honor to be at this auspicious occasion, which marks the Diamond Jubilee of Nigerian Defense Academy. I recall with a sense of pride that barely 4 months into the tenure of the present administration, the Vice President, His Excellency Kashim Shettima, GCON, attended the 33rd convocation ceremony of this institution in honor of cadets of 70 and the postgraduate student, while I had the honor of being the review officer at the passing out parade of the same set of cadets. This event, which have become a tradition of Nigerian Defense Academy, have also earned the institution a unique and enviable place among the tertiary institutions in Nigeria. It is worth noting that the NDA is the only degree awarding institution in Nigeria where years in and year out a convocation ceremony is conducted where cadets graduate with presidential commission and an academic degree. Congratulations. Reviewing history, over 6 decades ago, on the 5th of February 1984, the NDA has undergone various stages of transformation in the quest to fulfill its mandate of training officers for the Nigerian Armed Forces. The archives reveal and historical documents show that before obtaining independence from Britain, Nigerian first set of officers were trained in Ghana and subsequently at Royal Military Academy in Sandhurst. It is heartwarming to know that just 4 years after independence, the first batch of 64 Army and Navy cadets commenced training at NDA. I understand from history that those sets graduated straight into the Civil War. I understand that other giants as well recorded in NDA include the establishment of postgraduate programs, the creation of research centers and centers of excellence to facilitate research and enable cross-fertilization of ideas. The consistent academic calendar, devoid of industrial disputes and strike, should make the NDA Postgraduate School an institution of choice, not only for Nigerian students, but also for students across the globe. I must also commend the past and present leadership of NDA for the quality of military and academic training, which has continued to attract clients from other sister African nations. You could see many other nations' flag behind us there. We are very proud Nigerians. For us, these have consequently impacted positively on the image of the country, discipline, undivided loyalty to the nation and everyone of us. Therefore, it behoves us to cultivate an enabling environment of peace to attract prospective cadets, not only from Africa, but from Europe and America as well. Let me also add that although the war against the enemies of Nigeria is not over, it is fair to state that relative peace improvement is being recorded across the major flashpoints. These progresses have come at a price for the government and the populace. We remember fallen heroes and those out in trenches for the sake of our fatherland. Let us also celebrate their resilience and the sacrifice at this Diamond Jubilee. I am aware that in the last 3 years alone, till date, over 40 different projects have been completed, even in the face of dwindling resources. The impact of this project cuts across all the sectors of the academy. Some of the projects include physical infrastructure, just as excavation of anti-vehicular ditches, and the construction of wall fences and perimeter rules to enhance security. Other projects are personnel and cadet welfare, improvement in the quality of training curricula, provision and improvement of training equipment, power supply, and several others. These projects attest to focused leadership coupled with prudent management of resources by the past and the present administration of this NDA. These achievements are very valuable and should therefore be celebrated at this Diamond Jubilee. I say once again, congratulations. While celebrating past achievements, I am also aware that a strategic plan has been crafted to realign military and academic programs, infrastructural and human capital development, digitization of academic programs, and the introduction of new training packages aimed at equipping cadets and prospective officers with the requisite skill to improve themselves and be able to control and confront emerging challenges at home, in the African continent, and in the global scene. You are all aware of the undemocratic political purges that have swept across the Sahel Francophone countries in West Africa and Central Africa. I urge you to continue to play your constitutional role of safeguarding the territorial integrity of Nigeria, our fatherland. You have shown any act that are inimical to the well-being of our nation, an act which can destroy the gains of democracy, which we have enjoyed in the last 20 years. The government is fully aware of the services and sacrifices that members of the Nigerian Armed Forces have continued to render across the length and breadth of this country, especially in face of daunting challenges. We as a government will continue to accord priority to the needs of armed forces to enable the military to play its constitutional role without let or hindrance. Let me reiterate the urgency to upscale the fight against insecurity, which has robbed us of peace and progress. While the relative peace we have been able to secure recently is worthy of celebration, But we must remember that the war is not over yet until every parcel of land held by the enemy of the flying and enemy of peace is held accountable, and Nigeria is free of terrorism and banditry. You have been doing a good job. I've learned a lot from the commandant sitting next to me. And I appreciate your sacrifices. We will continue to push for progress, development, prosperity of this country. In your home, so it's undivided loyalty, progress, and unity of our country.